Hello everyone and welcome to PSGL F2, and as you can see we've got such a depleted grid tonight. We've only got 9 people racing, so I mean it's going to be either the best race of the season or the most boring race of the season. So I mean, rip me, but hopefully these guys on track can score some vital points, whether it be fighting for relegation, midfield battle, or indeed the promotion spots. And Scuba's actually retired. I know he said he wouldn't be able to do qualifying, so I think that's purposely done, but everyone is on an outlap. I'm going to go on board with someone that doesn't usually get TV time. I know it's Merck and Wesker last week during qualifying. Let's go with got numbers on who's furthest ahead. I believe it is King Mick, so we'll go on board with King Mick then for his lap around Japan. So yeah, I'm going to go on board with King Mick now. I'm going to commentate over it as well as he comes into the last corner, wanting to set himself up nicely for the start finish strokes. This will gain you or lose you a lot of time if you don't get that exit right. Coming down the start finish straight, DRS wide open now as he starts his lap. And yeah, I think he is the furthest car ahead. I think he is. So King Mick now into turn 1. Quite honestly, one of the worst corners in the game, one of the most difficult to nail. And King Mick actually looking very clean through turn 1. And as he comes down through the tight twisty section of sector 1, this will either make or break your lap. And at the moment, King Mick looking very clean and consistent. Had little 2 bites of the left-hander there, but coming now to the swooping left-hander down into the fast right-handers. And again, King Mick looking quite clean on his lap. Back end stepping out a little bit, but that's expected on them curbs. Coming into the hairpin now, wide on entry. He'll hopefully get a much better run as he comes through towards the end of sector 2 now as he approaches Spoon. Again, I think these 2 corners here are one of the best combination of corners on the game. I do like it a lot. As King Mick now puts his foot down, and he comes down to the infamous 130R, which is flat in these cars as we all know. And he finishes sector 2 now, looking very quick from King Mick. Very clean lap, it has to be said, as he comes into the final couple of corners. Again, braking zone for these last corners can be a bit difficult. You can see they went a little bit too deep there on entry, but on exit managing to get the car going again. And now King Mick to the line, he sets a 28.8, so I feel like King Mick can improve, and Bad Boy goes almost half a second, well just over half a second quicker than King Mick. So we've got this man here, Skeven, who is in the title fight with Bad Boy, and Skeven can only manage a 28.7, so whether Skeven had a bad lap I don't know, but let's quickly find someone else. As AMD now, Skeven's teammate, coming to the final couple of corners, gets it right as he comes to the line. Will he be able to match his teammate or go quicker? And he goes 5th with a 29.6, so AMD off the pace compared to his teammate Skeven, who is about 4 tenths behind this man here, Bad Boy, who is involved in a championship fight. But if you saw last week, this man here, Black Mamba, definitely got screwed over a win by his own teammate Flair. So hopefully Black Mamba can hit back this week. He's very quick, just hope he gets his lap right. And I think he actually got his first lap invalidated, or he just come out later than everyone else. But he's the only person to not set it up and Scuba does leave. So that means 8 people are now going to be racing. Oh, love it. As Black Mamba kicks off a bit of dust there as he's setting his first banker lap. I think he's up on Bad Boy's time as well by 0.02 of a second, so we're going to keep an eye on this. But Black Mamba spinning the rears. Will that gain him time or not? I don't think it will, but we'll see how much time he's lost when he finishes sector 2. Bad Boy, ooh, almost parking the car there dangerously on the apex, but luckily got it stopped in time. But I would have put Black Mamba off, so that might have lost him just a little bit of time as he comes now towards 130R, and he's lost about half a second. So Black Mamba should set this lap and then pit, or he might just come to the pits this lap. So he gets the last couple of corners right, and yeah, he does decide to pit. As I think AMD's going again. So let's actually stay with AMD. I don't really know much about AMD. He come through first sector, Again, it's going to make or break your lap. If you mess up, then you ain't going to gain the time back in the rest of the lap. You can see the AMD go very wide. Car just looks understeered, doesn't look comfortable in it at all. As he comes now through sector 1. Oh, Scuba has rejoined. Oh, AMD on the gravel. Went really wide there, but managing to keep the car, not spin and hit the wall, so fair play to him for keeping it. So Scuba will start at the back. Well, I mean, you can't really call it the back when he's going to be P9. But nonetheless, AMD now on a lap, and I think he's going to try and, if he sets his lap, then he'll be very stupid. If I was him, I'd pit and then go for one more flying lap and see what you can do. As I think he's not really on it as much. We've got Alex there cruising to the pits. So at this point in qualifying, this is where it gets quite boring. So we'll just see if AMD does indeed set his lap. If he doesn't, then he will have time for one more, maybe in 2 more runs, and he does pit. So but AMD there choosing to pit, going to come back out, hopefully have enough time for 2 runs or maybe even 1 run. He might be confident in his own ability to challenge his teammate and even Bad Boy, because it's pretty close. As you can see there, other than Bad Boy being almost half a second quicker, you've got Skeven, King Mick and Alex and AMD all within half a second of each other. So the midfield should be a good battle. And I'm going to look at the chat now while people are in the pits and getting ready for their last run. So we've got Matt in the chat, so hello Matt. I don't know whether it's going to be a wet race or not, I don't know. Got Abby Odin, one of my trusty mods, in the chat, so hello Abby Odin, who's saying go Skeven. And then got Martin, hello Martin. I can't believe Tony didn't invite me into the commentary box again, aka the banter box, lol. Well, I mean, Martin, if you know, if you wanna be my co-commentator, mate, then by all means. 8 drivers, Bad Boy, still find a way to bottle it, but we'll soon see. We're on board with the man himself, but I want to go on board with Skeven for his lap to see if he can match Bad Boy's time or even beat it. I think Skeven's got it in his locker to beat him, surely. Who else in the chat? We've got Lickle in the chat. Hello Lickle, hello Alfie. And I think that is just about it. We've got Kevin as well, so hello Kevin. Whether you're still here or not, I don't know. You are, you just commented, so yeah. Get me in there ASAP. Oh. Realistic quality times, realistically people should be setting I think mid to high 27s. I'm not sure. I know time trial people are at low 27s and even 26s, so we'll have to see what these guys can pull out. Of course, this is the F2 division, so it's not the quickest division, so times are not going to be as quick, but some of these guys here, you know, can definitely win races if they were to get promoted to F1, so we'll see what happens. Kevin is too good. Yeah, I know Martin. Oh, we've got Mercedes there of Black Member going very slowly, but we're going to go on board with Skeven for his lap as he comes around the final corner. I'm not going to talk through his lap, I'm just going to let everyone bask in its glory, so I'll be back once Skeven finishes his lap. Skeven finished his lap, so that was a lap of Japan. Very clean, but obviously little mistakes from Skeven, but hopefully he does improve on his 28 7 as he comes to the line. What does he set? He does go pole with 28.2. He has got time for another lap as well. But again, we're going to go to this man here, Bad Boy, who from what I've heard has been sweating so much he should be on the inters. So, I mean, if Bad Boy doesn't get pole, then you've got to start thinking. But I know Bad Boy is very quick around here, and Black Mamba slots himself into second place. He's got time and fuel for one more lap. So is Bad Boy, so this is not over yet. As Bad Boy comes to the line, excuse me, and he doesn't go pole. Now, did he get his lap invalidated, or was it a slow lap? It was a slow lap, but he did set 31.9. Oh, so Bad Boy can go quicker than Skeven in the first sector, we know that. But Bad Boy is indeed on the wheel, and Skeven, oh, Skeven's off the track. He's binned it, he's retired from the session, so he's done all he can to improve. Martin knows. But anyway, Black Mamba on a lap, he does put himself into second place. Merck has retired, he's in 7th, and Bad Boy, he's in the wall, and he's done that purposely, it looks like. So now this man here, Black Mamba, Westgate is ahead of him, so maybe Black Mamba might be able to get a little bit of a tow from that McLaren. I'm going to quickly go on board with Wesker and see if he ain't on the lap, so he does indeed let Black Mamba pass before 130R. So that might be a catalyst to let Black Mamba get pole, because he on his wheels up by 1/10 and a half. So at the moment he is indeed on for pole, but oh, that might have been an invalidation. I don't think it was, as he comes to the line. Will Black Mamba go pole? I think he will, and he doesn't. I think that was an invalidation from Black Mamba then. It was. Black Mamba set a 28.1, but did get his time invalidated. So Black Mamba certainly would have got pole, so he does have to pace here, and I believe that is the end of qualifying. So Skeven takes pole for 28.2. Black Mamba is second, as we know, set an invalidated 28.1. So no doubt these two will be battling and race long. And Bad Boy as well isn't far behind, so we've got a three-way battle for the win, just like last week in China. King Mick in 4th, half a second behind. Then we've got Alex in 5th, 4/10 behind King Mick. Then we've got AMD in 6th, Merck in 7th, Wesker in 8th, and Scuba didn't set a time and did retire early on in qualifying. So with only 9 drivers tonight, as I said, it's going to be a pretty boring race at times. They aren't times, these are times you would be expecting. I'd be expecting 27s, but it might be a wet race, I don't know. What's the eating? Oh wait, it's Cliffy, not Little. What? Okay then. Martin. Tony, where's my mod? You know what, Martin? Okay. Okay, Martin. Martin has the power. So we've got to wait for the drivers to do their last minute setup changes. Strategy should be an easy one, stop super soft to soft, but of course if there is a wet period in the race, then of course we're going to be seeing more than one stop in this race. But super soft is personally what I could do, but that's me being on the wheel. So guys on pad maybe might go super soft medium, so we'll see what happens as we are waiting just for Scuba, who I don't think is actually at his PS4, because he did say in the chat he is actually at his PS4. But we're going to go straight to 5 red lights. Skeven on pole, can Black Mamba challenge him, or even Bad Boy into turn 1? Lights out, and I think Skeven actually got a very good start. He has, and Scuba has indeed left the session, so it is 8 drivers now. It's all going to turn 1. Again, looking quite depleted already. So to see more cars, but Skeven does take the lead. Black Mamba does stay in second, and Bad Boy does stay in third. King Mick does indeed stay in 7th, but Wesker and Merck going side by side. Of course, these two are on the soft tyres, as is Scuba, but he isn't in the session. So I guess we'll see how these guys' race pan out. But Wesker already showing some good pace and already on the back of AMD. So with the other Red Bull driver, we'll have to get a move on and maybe try and make some pace up. But look at the gap Skeven's got. I went up to 4/10 just a minute ago, so I mean Skeven looks like he's got good race pace, but again, don't count out Black Mamba. He would have got pole if his lap was valid, and Scuba does rejoin, but he's 8 seconds behind the guys, the top 8, and the only top 8 in the lobby. So I mean, again, it's going to be a very boring race at times, but at the moment everyone is very close to the track. I don't think anyone's got any wing damage as well, so I guess that's one other bonus, having quite a lot of cars, not in the same area of track, but with only 8 guys and Scuba at the back, who has taken control of his car. I mean, if Scuba finishes his race, then fair play to him. So we've got Merck and Wesker now, and Wesker keeping Merck behind, and of course if these two keep battling, then it's only going to allow the guys on Supersoft to get further ahead than they already are. But Wesker has to defend the inside from Merck. Merck around the outside. Oh, a little bit of a tap there from Merck. Nothing too serious. I don't think Merck got wing damage, and Wesker was able to keep the car. But Merck, he's on the grass. He has to be careful as he's going to spin out, and that does allow Wesker some breathing space. Already having some good action. The bad boy is now right behind the Black Mamba, so this three-way fight for the win is certainly going to go all the way. It looks like it will anyway. It's bad boy getting a much better exit. Will bad boy go for a move down into the hairpin? This has been my spot, my personal favourite spot for overtakes in past races, just because you can just get the car stopped so late if you go down the inside or even around the outside. It's just a good spot to overtake. But bad boy wasn't close enough to go for a move down the inside. But Black Mamba getting ever closer to Skeven. Oh, bad boy losing the rear, but managing to keep the car, and Skeven has done a fantastic job so far. 6 tenths excuse me, to Black Mamba in second. The bad boy is catching Black Mamba. So as I said, this is a three-way fight for the win, as King Mick is slowly but surely losing contact with the top 3. But behind him we've got Alex and AMD, who are both a second behind each other. So the midfield starting to spread itself out now, and Merck said that he was a 10th behind Wesker, so maybe that was the times glitching out. But look how close Black Mamba is, and bad boy as well. Top 3 covered by half a second, so hopefully these guys put on an entertaining race, not just for me but for everyone watching. I know it's only technically 8 people, Scuba is 10 seconds behind, but nonetheless I want to give people watching a good race, as does these guys too. And Black Mamba goes wide on the grass. That's going to allow bad boy to have a run. Will bad boy go for a move? He thinks about it but doesn't, and does indeed back out. So bad boy will want to get a good run out of here. Ooh, almost spinning the rears. It's so easy to spin the rears, especially in slow traction corners. But bad boy thought he was going to go for a move there down the inside but doesn't, and already you can just, so King Mick though is gaining a bit of time, so King Mick might come back at these guys. He's only 7 tenths behind bad boy, and Alex and AMD sort of the same gap to each other, 1.1 seconds, although AMD looks like he's slightly closing in. So whether Skeven is telling AMD what to do or how to potentially get himself up into the top 5, I don't know, but hopefully AMD does find a way past Alex and we have a good battle for 5th place. But up at the front, bad boy now 3 tenths behind Black Mamba, but bad boy getting all out of shape there at the last corner, almost doing a me and ILR today, but without losing the rear. But anyway, Black Mamba now 3 tenths behind Skeven down into turn 1. Again, very hard corner to get right, so easy to lose the rear, and King Mick is actually keeping touch with these guys. So what I said earlier about this being a 3-way fight, this could be a 4-way fight for the win, and if Alex can get a move on, then this could even be a 5-way fight. And he's got AMD now within DRS, so we should see a good fight. All by AMD goes on the grass. That's going to ruin his chances of being within DRS. Commentator's curse. Oh, that might have been a warning for bad boy as well. But up at the front, Skeven continues to control the race. Gap now half a second. It's been like that for the last couple laps. And Black Mamba continues to stay with the Red Bull driver, and bad boy behind needs to get a move on if he wants to challenge these two and potentially get a win and proper be involved in this title fight. I know it is a 3-way fight between these 3. Oh, Skeven getting on the grass on exit. I believe he was going defensive excuse me, from Black Mamba, but he not only went defensive but lost a lot of time down the straight as they're going to 130 yard. Black Mamba's all over Skeven. He's going to go around the outside into the last couple of corners. Skeven does defend very well from Black Mamba and does keep the lead, but out of the last corner Black Mamba will have the better traction, and of course we'll have DRS and Bad Boy behind him. Let's get on board with Bad Boy, see it from his view, see what he sees as Black Mamba now trying to go down the inside. I think he's done it. Skeven had to back out, otherwise it would have been around the outside and run outside into turn 1. It never ends well, because if you go on that curb off the track you're pretty much a goner. And now Bad Boy looking like he's smelling blood, seeing Skeven get overtaken by Black Mamba. He wants to get past as well, but look at the time Skeven gains through that bit of track. He just launches himself off the corner. Oh, Black Mamba! Oh, I thought Skeven was going to go into the back of Black Mamba there, but Black Mamba getting all out of shape, and Skeven is able to close in a little bit. But now does Skeven go for it? No, he doesn't. Stays behind, and now Skeven will have to look forward and back, because Bad Boy is now 3 tenths as well behind him, and King Mick is now starting to lose touch to these guys, even though they are battling and getting closer and closer on track. As Matt said in the chat, if you want to go softs, you need to take the super softs at least 10 laps, so these guys need to do another 5 or 6 laps to be able to put on a set of softs. As we go back to Skeven now, as he closes in to Black Mamba. So this is a carbon copy of last lap, but Black Mamba being the car ahead. Will Skeven go around the outside or down the inside? No, he doesn't. He wants to get the better run, but look how much Bad Boy's closed in. As I think Skeven's got a much better run there, so I don't think he'll be under threat from Bad Boy. So we're going to stay with this battle with Skeven and Black Mamba and see Skeven can do what Black Mamba did. No, he doesn't. Black Mamba goes on the curb, lucky to keep the car. So I think that just proves, Skeven, people making little mistakes here, but these little mistakes could be race ending. And Bad Boy, is he going to go around the outside? No, he doesn't. Bad Boy getting a good launch out of turn 1, and is now putting Skeven under all sorts of pressure, and that has allowed Black Mamba to get a gap of 6.5 tenths. But Skeven looking like he's a nervous man out there. Bad Boy is smelling blood. Can he go for a move? He's caught up to the back of him. Will he go for a move into the hairpin? It's one of my favourite spots for overtaking. Will Bad Boy make it his? I think he will. He's going to go for it. He has. Down the inside. Bad Boy gets the move done now on traction. Who will have the better exit? I think Skeven has. He has. Wrong car. And now the side-by-side good helicopter shot of the Renault and the Red Bull. And now will Bad Boy go for a move into Spoon? He's still there. Oh, slight contact. Skeven goes wide. Bad Boy almost half spins, but manages to keep the car. Good racing from these two, but look at the gap Black Mamba's got now, 1.1 seconds on Skeven. So Skeven's got it all to do now, but he's still got Bad Boy to contend with, and Bad Boy's even now got King Mick to contend with. So King Mick there coming out of nowhere when these lot start battling. So don't count King Mick out of a potential podium, because he's showing that if they start battling, then he's more than capable of catching up and will go for a move if he sees a chance. But Bad Boy 6 tenths behind Skeven, so Skeven just having a much better last sector, and behind them we've got Alex and AMD now. AMD, after his mistake earlier, is catching Alex again, so AMD looking like the quicker out of these two drivers. And we've got Wesker in 7th, 2.5 seconds behind AMD, and we've got Merck in 8th after his mistake at the beginning. He finds himself in 8th place, and Scuba actually is actually right behind Merck. So let's stay with this battle. But up at the front quickly, Bad Boy is now still right behind Skeven, and King Mick. Look how close King Mick is now. Scuba and Merck are side by side. Just had to switch back that quickly, and Merck defends from Scuba, but Scuba is still there. But Scuba does indeed back out, and that's good racing from these. So I know these two know each other very well. But up at the front, Skeven and Bad Boy. Bad Boy's made the move on Skeven. I just missed it because I was watching Merck and Scuba battle. And now Wesker in P2. Will Skeven come back at him? He doesn't. And now Skeven will have to look backwards as well, because again King Mick is there. King Mick is ready for mistaking Skeven. I feel like he's making a mistake coming out with Spoon. I feel like he's going lighting the rears up just that little bit too much, and looking like he's going defensive, but he's actually not. He's just trying to save the car. But Skeven with the slipstream now, not DRS of course, that'll be down the start finish straight. Going to this last corner, Skeven doesn't go for it. He'll want to get a better run. Ooh, but I don't think he's got a better run there. I think Bad Boy might have just got a better run, and AMD picks up a time penalty. And look how close he is to Alex, and AMD carries on Alex pit, and as does King Mick. So watch out for King Mick. He could get a bit of an undercut, but only lap 8. You've got to feel like this is a set of medium tyres for the Haas driver. I know it's a set of softs. Oh, it is mediums. Okay, so King Mick there doing a wise choice, and Alex has gone into a set of softs. So whether Alex can go to the end at 19 laps on the set of softs, I don't know. I don't see it happening personally. And Scuba does indeed get past Merck. So Scuba being second, 10 seconds behind, showing that he has got the pace, and now he goes after this man here, Wesker, who again know each other very well. They race in the same league but different divisions, so they're, you know, they talk to each other on more than once a day. So this should be a good battle between the two, and Scuba already closing in by about 6 tenths in the first sector alone. So Scuba finding some pace on them soft tyres, and Merck's round. I caught that in the background. Merck must have hit the gravel, and on exit he just spun the rears, and now Merck will be under all sorts of pressure as King Mick does indeed go past, and now Merck will have Alex as well all over his rear as well. Merck will have to be careful to not get. Yeah, I know, Martin. I know. Thank you. I know. So King Mick is looking good, but Skeven and Bad Boy and even Black Mamba, and Skeven gets a time penalty. That could be so huge at the end of the race, as we saw last week with Bad Boy getting a time penalty around China. So this week it's Skeven's turn, and AMD does indeed decide to pit. So AMD should be going onto a set of mediums. He is, as see how much time King Mick has gained. And there's yellow in sector 3, and Merck's called it a day. Merck has retired from the race. There's only 8 runners now. Can't afford for people to retire. As AMD pits and puts on a set of mediums, so he should more than definitely get to the end. And King Mick now in 6th place. We're only on lap 9. It feels like it should be lap 20. But up at the front, Black Mamba, Bad Boy, and Skeven still going actually. So for King Mick, he's in fresh air. So if he can get a move on and set some personal best laps, then he should come out in the lead of this race. But Skeven sort of losing touch now to Bad Boy, who is gaining on Black Mamba. So all that sweating that Martin said Bad Boy's been doing is certainly coming into effect now, as he's now closing in to Black Mamba, who last week got robbed of a win, not just by anyone on track but by his own teammate Flair. So Black Mamba was definitely not impressed with Flair's antics on track. But with no Flair this week, Black Mamba should fight for the win, and at the moment he's doing a fantastic job. But don't forget, King Mick is doing the undercut on these guys, so these guys will have to be careful. But I know these guys will want to go soft, and Black Mamba does indeed pit. Bad Boy carries on, Skeven carries on as well. So I think Bad Boy and Skeven maybe are going to try and do the super soft strategy, as Matt said earlier in the chat. They do need to take the supers to lap 10. It is lap 10. Whether some of these guys will want to go to maybe lap 11, I don't know. But the interesting thing now, Black Mamba's actually gone on mediums. See out where King Mick is, and King Mick is coming down start finish straight. Black Mamba coming just out the pits now. King Mick does set a purple lap. This is going to be very close. No, it's not. Black Mamba does indeed join about a second ahead of King Mick, and King Mick, seeing Black Mamba, almost goes out wide into turn 1 and almost wrecks his race, but does indeed stay a second behind. So King Mick with the undercut there should be in contention for at least, I'd say, P2 now. King Mick, when Bad Boy Skeven pit, because he was at least 2 to 3 seconds behind Black Mamba, and with Skeven and Bad Boy still out on track. Oh no, we've got Big C in the chat. 7-time champ. Fix up guys, everyone look sharp. As Bad Boy at 1.9 the gap now, so Skeven must have made a little bit of a mistake there. So Skeven will definitely be in the pits this lap. Whether Bad Boy will, I don't know. I feel like his tyres looking very well preserved, and indeed Bad Boy does pit. So will Skeven pit, or will he carry on? He does pit as well, but Skeven has to get that car slowed down. He does. He broke very late for the pit entry. I'll run the PSGL leagues as well, not just 7-time champ. Well, you know, you got it all. Big C has. Anyway, Wesker takes the lead with not pitting, and Scuba actually now up into P2. But Bad Boy and Skeven have both opted for the soft tyres. Where's Black Mamba? Black Mamba's there. Where's King Mick? King Mick is net P2. I said King Mick would get the undercut, and he has. and he's on the medium tyres, so King Mick should be able to go to the end of the race. But Bad Boy and Skeven have got it all to do now, especially Skeven being 2.1 now behind Bad Boy, and Alex and AMD now still the same gap on track between these two. So these two definitely tied for pace, but AMD has opted for the medium tyres to ensure he gets to the end. And Alex, as I said, pitted I think on lap 9 for them softs, and he's only 7/10 behind Skeven. So you know, Alex has done a really good job here to stay with these guys, and now up at the front, Scuba 1.43 behind Wesker, so a couple laps ago it was 5.5 seconds. But anyway, just looking at the chat and just trying to see what everyone was talking about. Scuba now within DRS to Wesker. I said these two know each other, and Bad Boy is now right up behind King Mick. So King Mick, if he wants to have a shot at a podium, he's going to have to try and keep Bad Boy behind, and Bad Boy going to look for the inside into 130R, backs out because he doesn't want to ruin his race and King Mick's race. Now Bad Boy round the outside, he's going to try it, but King Mick does indeed defend the inside a bit too much there, so Bad Boy will get the better run at the last corner. King Mick goes all on the curb. Bad Boy says thank you very much, I will take that position all day long. And now Skeven is only 8/10 behind, and AMD is 9 seconds behind. So has AMD, yeah, AMD's got half a wing, so AMD made a mistake, so he should, oh, he's got a 5-second stop go as well. He goes from bad to worse. But AMD's race going from bad to worse, new front wing and soft tyres, so he should be able to get to the end from here. As Scuba now 4/10 behind Wesker. I believe Scuba's on no TC as well, so Scuba should easily get the move done, but braking way later than Wesker. Scuba will have the traction and really make the move going into Spoon corner. A little bit of a lag spike there from Wesker. Luckily Scuba got no damage, so Scuba will want to make this mistake, and Wesker defending from Scuba, and Scuba will see that lag spike and will want to get past him ASAP, and Wesker defending the outside now into 130R. They go, and Scuba being this close to a laggy car isn't always the best idea, but especially going to 130R. Luckily Wesker doesn't lag, and Scuba now down the inside. No, he doesn't, thinks better of it, so now Scuba will have to use DRS to try and get a better exit, but I think Wesker actually just narrowly has got a better exit. Look at this behind, we've got King Mick and Skeven, and King Mick going on the grass on exit. Again Skeven going to do exact replica of Bad Boy. Thank you very much, thank you for the free position, and away I go. And now King Mick slips back into the slipstream, and Scuba isn't able to get past Wesker, but they're going to be side by side. No, they're not. So all this battling is only slowing them both down, but Scuba being 10 seconds back at the start to be even battling cars is a massive achievement for him, so fair play to him. And look at the speed he's able to carry through sector 1. Wesker just doesn't have a reply to it. And will Scuba go for a move down into the hairpin? He'll need to get a better exit, but I think Wesker's just got a better exit. And now Bad Boy 1.7 behind Black Mamba. So has Black Mamba made a mistake going onto medium tyres, or has Bad Boy made a mistake, or even Skeven? But at the moment it is all about these soft tyres, which seems to be the much quicker tyre, and Scuba and Wesker are still battling, and Scuba still can't find a way past that McLaren of Wesker. Scuba looking for a wider line, trying to get a good exit on traction, and he has done that. As Wesker's going to squeeze him to the inside, and Scuba should be moved done for Wesker. Wesker's still going to be there on the outside. Scuba forces him off, nothing wrong with that, and Wesker concedes the position, and now Scuba takes net P1 of this race. Of course him, Wesker, haven't pitted yet, so it is this man here, Black Mamba, who is technically leading this race, with Bad Boy now 2 seconds behind him, 1.4 now, sorry, and now Skeven about a second, 2 seconds behind Bad Boy. So excuse me. And Wesker, although Scuba got past, they didn't really let him just disappear into the distance. Now Black Mamba only 3/10 behind, so this traffic could come into Bad Boy's favour here, and I think it has already, because Bad Boy's now only 1.1 seconds behind. He's now within DRS. Black Mamba coming through the end of sector 1 is West stay behind the car here, especially with people who's got very worn softs on. And now Black Mamba surely going to make a move into the hairpin. He's close enough for it. Will Wesker defend it? He does a little bit, but leaves him barely a car's width. They do touch, but it's all fair. And Bad Boy's there as well. Watch out for Bad Boy, as Black Mamba is going to get the move done, but Wesker is still there. And this could get very, very hairy for all three of these guys. They need to be careful here. And Black Mamba goes down the inside. Wesker still battling it, and Bad Boy now we're going to go down the inside of Wesker. So Bad Boy taking an opportunistic move, and seeing that Wesker went wide and got the move done, and now they move on to Scuba, who is 1.4 seconds ahead. But all that battling with Wesker has allowed Bad Boy to be within half a second of Black Mamba, and on them fresh softs he should more than likely get the move stick. But we all know Black Mamba, he is a very, very aggressive defender on track, as we've seen in previous races this season. So this isn't going to be easy for Bad Boy, and especially at a track like Japan, it's going to be very, very complex. You're going to have to make the move where you really go for a move and catch Black Mamba off guard, and going into turn one, just the grip them soft tackle compared to the mediums is unreal. But Black Mamba now continuing to catch Scuba, so maybe Bad Boy will wait until Black Mamba catches Scuba and will go for his move there. So he almost made it stick, to be fair, when he was battling with Wesker, but you can see Bad Boy getting a much better run and then Black Mamba. But towards the end of the race, the pace will come to Black Mamba and the consistency of the lap times. So hopefully he can hold off Bad Boy. But Skeever now Wesker does go defensive, so although Wesker is on much worn tyres, Skeever going to go for a bit of a switchback move here. Ooh, I don't think he's got it. He's going to try and go around the outside of Skeever. He's going to want to get this move done ASAP. He has got a better line, better traction, and straight line speed by the looks of it. And Skeever down the inside into Spoon. Wesker finally gives up the place, but Wesker back down the inside. Skeever did leave him the space, but up ahead Black Mamba has caught up to the back of Scuba, who indeed hasn't pitted yet. So although there's 8 runners, you've got to feel that this race is very, very entertaining. And now Bad Boy all over the back of Black Mamba. Now Scuba and Black Mamba technically teammates, and Scuba does pit. Scuba should be able to go super soft to the end of the race, and that would allow Bad Boy to now have Black Mamba all to himself, and Scuba will join out P7, because I believe AMD has been having some problems on track and has made more than 1 stop. And let me quickly have a look. Yeah, he's made 2 stops compared to other people's 1 stop. But up at the front, Bad Boy and Black Mamba still been close all race long. You know, considering 8 people, this has been a fantastic race. And King Mick now on the back of Wesker. So whether Wesker's made a mistake or not, I don't know, but King Mick was always there. Ooh, taking 2 bites of that corner. That does lose him all that time, and now Wesker having to defend more and more from King Mick. And King Mick really got from, he thought about it, did King Mick, but King Mick thinking better of it, and Wesker will surely pit this lap. Seeing Scuba pit, you got to feel that Wesker will be in. Look at them tyres, they do not look in good shape at all. See the blistering and just how dark one side of the tyre is compared to the rest. I mean, you look at the rears, how has he not got a puncture? But King Mick now with a much better run, helicopter shot for temporarily then, as they go into a 130 yard. King Mick around the outside. It's going to be very brave if he's able to pull this off into 130 yard. He does. What a move by King Mick. Swiped in front of Wesker, but luckily was that far ahead that he didn't actually clip Wesker. So fair play to King Mick there. What a move. Definitely move of the race so far. So King Mick now up into 4th place, as Wesker does indeed dive into the pit. So it'll be interesting to see how much time Scuba has gained on Wesker, as Scuba will be on them fresh and super softs till the end of the race. So watch out for him, as he wants to fight back through the field. And Bad Boy still only 3/10 behind Black Mamba, so not really able to find his way past. Although every time I go on board with him, he gets closer and closer. Black Mamba kicking up some grass there. Ooh, excuse me. Black Mamba goes very wide, and Bad Boy round the outside into the hairpin. Black Mamba will of course defend the inside, try and push Bad Boy as far wide as he can, but Bad Boy will surely have the inside for Spoon. I think he has, you know. I think he has. No, round the outside, sorry, not the inside. And Bad Boy really got around the outside. Oh, Black Mamba pushes him wide. Bad Boy goes off track. Wesker gets tampered. I thought that was Bad Boy for a second there. But Bad Boy going wide will only allow himself to get a much better run on Black Mamba, who is indeed starting to lag a little bit. So Bad Boy will have to be careful with that. As they come into 130-yard ball, see another move around the outside. No, we won't. Black Mamba is lagging, so Bad Boy will have to be careful. Bad Boy switches to the inside. Lovely switchback move. Black Mamba will push Bad Boy wide, surely. Barely a car's width. Bad Boy losing the rear. Almost going into the pit wall. But does indeed have the inside now for turn 1. So this should be move done for Bad Boy, and he should take the lead of the rest. But Black Mamba will want to stay round the outside. No, he doesn't. Backs out and lets Bad Boy go. So Bad Boy taking the lead of the race. And now Skeven, 1.8 seconds behind. It was 3 seconds a lap ago. So these Skeven not done yet. And it's gone board with Black Mamba through this S section, which is definitely real OP. Yeah, I agree, Matt. Japan is definitely one of the worst tracks to overtake. But Bad Boy making it look easy there, as Skeven continues to close the gap to the guys ahead. So this is still a 3-horse race. And as I said, King Mick will, if all these 3 start battling, then he'll find himself in with a shout of at least a podium. And with that time penalty for Skeven, King Mick is definitely on for a podium. If he can just maybe crawl in by about 1.5 seconds, then he should be fine. If he doesn't get a time penalty himself. But yeah, Black Mamba now 5/10 behind Bad Boy. So them soft tyres for Bad Boy not gone off yet. I thought they would start going off at around lap 20, lap 21. But Bad Boy keeping them in good condition. And Black Mamba still within DRS, of course. So Black Mamba isn't going to go away anytime soon. And Skeven is starting to close that gap in to Black Mamba as they all head into the last corner. See who gets a better run. Bad Boy, all them fresh softs, does indeed get a better run than Black Mamba. So that's threat for Bad Boy at the minute, coming in clutch. As Black Mamba now 5 tenths behind and on the slower tyre. Excuse me, and Wesker 1.6 the gap, so sort of stabilising now at 1.6, and now King Mick starting to definitely lose time to Skeven, but Alex only 1.5 behind King Mick. So don't count him out to fight King Mick for full place. And Scuba, I know Scuba's only 9, I say only, but he's 9 seconds behind. But we saw earlier he was 10 seconds behind Merck, and was able to catch them up pretty quick. And of course, talking about Merck, he's our only DNF today so far. But AMD, fair play to him for carrying on. He's in P8. He's going to be getting a good haul of points. So hopefully. It helps him out with wherever he is in the table, whether he be relegation, even midfield, or even fighting for promotion, who knows. So hopefully all these guys that finish, it will surely help him out in terms of the standings of wherever they are. But up at the front, Bad Boy now getting that gap up to just under a second, and Skeven starting to catch now, 1.2. So the soft tyres definitely coming to the run at this part of the race, but you got to feel towards the end of the race, Black Mamba will surely be the quicker out of the top 3 and will surely put Bad Boy under pressure towards the end of the race. And while all the cars are sort of spread out on track, I'm going to stay with Black Mamba and I'm going to quickly go and get myself a drink. So I'll be back in a minute. as we return to the action. Looks like I haven't missed much. Scuba up into P5 now, so Scuba going to be scoring some decent points. I believe he hasn't been in the league long either, so this will definitely help him stay in F2 for next season. And the gap between Bad Boy and Black Mamba still hovering at just under or just over a second, so maybe the medium tyres starting to be the quicker time. Skeven still only 1.5 seconds behind, so let's hope Skeven can put in a late charge to Black Mamba and Bad Boy. But of course, with that 3-second penalty, he surely won't be moving up positions. He won't be losing positions anyway, because King Mick is 6.5 behind him, so we'll see what happens. But behind them we've got Wesker and Alex about to go into battle. I don't know whether Alex has been catching or Wesker has been going for the overtake, or went for the overtake, sorry, and got it done. But it looks like to me Alex has been the one catching Wesker. Cliffy 1v1 me on Mario Kart. No, I don't have Mario Kart. Sorry Martin, sorry mate. I keep seeing that gap between Black Mamba and Bad Boy go from 5/10 to about a second, and I always get confused. But Black Mamba is indeed starting to close in now on Bad Boy, so maybe these medium tyres again starting to come into their own now, and it's getting very cloudy. Whether there is rain forecast for the end of the race, I don't know. But Alex is still within a second of Wesker, and Wesker kicking out some dirt going into the last corner. That surely must have been a corner cut warning for him, as Alex now just within TRS to Wesker, and the gap at the front still 6/10. So again, although we've had only 9 people race at 1 DNF, but this has been a good and entertaining race, so fair play to everyone involved, and fair play to those like AMD still continuing. He's in 8th place, 20 seconds behind Alex, and he knows if he finishes 8th place, guaranteed points, and will help him in the championship standings, as the gap between Black Mamba and Bad Boy is coming down ever so slightly, and Alex and Wesker now 3/10. So let's stay with this battle then with Wesker and Alex. Let's go on board with Alex, and Wesker choosing to defend the inside, and Wesker not getting a better exit, but Alex does. And is he going to go for a move running outside into Spoon? I don't know. He's going to be side by side. He is. Is he going to make it stick? He does. Good move from Alex there again. Another great move, but I think the one, I think Mick's move into 130 yard around the outside on Wesker was definitely still move of the race. But nonetheless, you know, I'm not taking anything away from Alex's move there. It was a fantastic move, so he should be proud of that, and I did get it on stream, so no doubt he'll want to watch that back later and see it from my point of view. But anyway, up at the front, 4/10 between Black Mamba and Bad Boy. Got Josh in the chat. Hello Josh, welcome to the stream. 4 laps left of this Japanese Grand Prix. Bad Boy from Black Mamba skewing in 3rd, not able to close the gap anymore. You can see on them soft tyres that they look more worn than Black Mamba's medium. So Bad Boy's look. Bad Boy's look in good shape, but Ski was just looking like the darker shade of black on the left hand side there. So Skeven should no, I don't know if he's going to start losing time, but he's 7.6 ahead of King Mick, so if he can just keep that gap to 3 seconds, he should be fine, because indeed Skeven does have a corner cut penalty. But Black Mamba now 6/10, so sort of evening out now. So in the last couple of laps we should see maybe Black Mamba closing the gap ever so slightly to Bad Boy. Black Mamba now down the start finish rate. He will have DRS, and you can tell he's pushing just how the speed he can carry through turn 1 compared to Bad Boy. He is close by a couple tenths because of it, and Skeven has lost a lot of time, and you can tell Skeven's soft tyres do not look great. And Wesker picks up another time penalty, so I mean, it's not been a good day at the office for Wesker, but Scuba will be very happy with his result. P5, 4.9 behind King Mick, and he's catching actually, so Hopefully Scuba can put on a late charge for 4th place, but up at the front, 5 tenths out of the gap. So Bad Boy just able to get that gap up by a couple tenths. And Bad Boy's soft starting to look more worn now than Black Mamba's mediums. So Black Mamba needs to push now. See how much fuel they've got. Black Mamba has enough fuel. Bad Boy 0.6, so he can afford to push a little bit. Skeven has 0.7 as well, so he can afford to push as well. King Mick doesn't have much fuel, and Skeven has quite a lot of fuel, so he can push as well. And of course these guys don't really matter because they're not involved in any sort of fight. But back to the front now, the gap 6 tenths, and is the closest battle on track, so we are going to stay with this battle. And Bad Boy looking very composed at the front. None of these two have a time penalty either, so this is for legit position and for the win of the race. For people who are watching, who would you want to see win the race, Bad Boy or Black Mamba? I know the likes of Martin and maybe even Josh would like to see Bad Boy win. So we might have some split opinions here, as Bad Boy doing everything he is in his power to keep Black Mamba behind. And he's doing a good job of it. Black Mamba getting on the curb. Don't want to get on the curb too much on the exit, because it will send your car into a half spin, and before you know it, your race is over. And yeah, just Josh confirming that him and Martin do lead what Bad Boy to win. And at the moment, Bad Boy doing a good job, but Black Mamba is able to close the gap through that part of the track. And I feel like Black Mamba's tyres are quicker than Bad Boy's soft. I do like them both, but Bad Boy's worked hard for this one. I think Mamba deserves it too. Yeah, yeah, especially what after happened last week to Black Mamba. He definitely deserves to bounce back, and he's doing that right now. The gap now 2 tenths, so if Black Mamba can get a good exit on the last corner, then we should see a move for the win. Of course, this race not over yet, so anything can still happen. As Skeven now dropping back to 3 seconds now. I think he knows he's not going to be able to win the race. And Bad Boy getting all out of shape on the last corner. This could be Black Mamba's chance to take the lead of the race on lap 26 out of 27. Bad Boy's led so much this race. Black Mamba has the tow, has the DRS, does have the slipstream, but Bad Boy defends inside. Black Mamba can't do nothing. Black Mamba gets a time penalty. That almost certainly now means that this man here, Bad Boy, does indeed get the race win. So maybe Martin's telling Bad Boy now, so now they're in the same party. And I do believe it is raining. It is. So there is rain forecast for the end of the race. So I mean, these guys have to be careful now. But surely Black Mamba will have to be on the better tyres and just have to see how much he's gaining on Bad Boy. Of course, Black Mamba will know that he has a time penalty, of course, and he does go for it into the hairpin. Bad Boy does give him the space, to fair play to Bad Boy, but on traction Bad Boy is able to keep the position. So as far as Bad Boy, just that's a shame. So Bad Boy is sweating because he does indeed have Martin muted. So no doubt, I would love to see Bad Boy's face right now dripping with sweat, as is Black Mamba's, because he knows he's got a 3-second penalty. And with it raining, Black Mamba's tyre should be the more suitable tyre to be on in these conditions. So he's going to try and force Bad Boy into a mistake as he ran into 130 yards. Of course, still flat in these conditions. And Black Mamba around the outside, no he doesn't. Bad Boy defends inside, and Black Mamba isn't allowed to get the better run. But look at this now, look at the run he's got. Oh, almost pushing him around the last corner is Black Mamba. This should more than certainly be move done for Black Mamba, but of course he does have that time penalty, and Bad Boy can't do anything about it. No, he can't. Black Mamba goes into turn 1, almost losing the back end there. Such commitment from him. It's a shame he got that penalty, and Scuba has decided to pit, and it is for a set of medium tyres. So I don't know why Scuba's done that, but look at this. Conditions getting worse and worse here. This is not what Black Mamba needs. He needs to get away from Bad Boy. He needs that 3-second gap, but I don't think he's going to get it in a lap. But with racing like that, I think he might. There's a gap now, half a second, and now Wesker up into 6th place, Scuba down into 7th. So whether Scuba thought he couldn't get to the end on the soft super strategy, I don't know. Oh, Bad Boy losing the back end. And Black Mamba, I know we've done very well to get the move done, but that time penalty is going to cost him the win here, as we saw last week in China. But I mean, it's not over yet. We could see someone make a catastrophic error, and one of these two will of course take full advantage of it, as Black Mamba comes into 130R for the last time, lap 27 out of 27, and does indeed keep the car. But it will be Bad Boy who will take the win. He doesn't know that yet, of course, as Black Mamba comes to the line. He will take the win here, but will not, because Bad Boy doesn't get a time penalty and does indeed take the win. Skeeven will come home in third. King Mick will come home in an impressive fourth place. Alex in fifth. Wesker in sixth. Scuba in seventh, who's just behind Wesker, so battle for sixth place isn't over yet. And then we've got AMD in eighth, who is still out there carrying on them soft tyres. Fair play to him, well done for carrying on. But these two, Scuba getting very out of shape into 130. Yeah, he broke much later than Wesker, but just can't make it stick, as Wesker comes home for sixth place. He'll be happy with that. Decent points for him. Scuba in seventh, but Scuba does indeed get a slip, because Wesker did have penalties, and AMD will come home in a lonely eighth place. But again, respect to him for carrying on. I know most people would have retired, but he knew that decent points were up for grabs, and eighth place I believe is 4 points, I think. So AMD getting 4 points, 4 valuable points that will surely help him out on in the championship. And thank you, Martin. I tried to please. But it is Bad Boy who does get that win, so hopefully Martin, Bad Boy has unmuted you now, and you can tell him the great news and congratulate him. So it is Bad Boy who takes the win. Black Mamba unfortunately got a penalty, lap 26 I do believe, so he was unable to get the win. Skeeven in third, not really on it with Bad Boy, and Black Mamba just felt a little bit off the pace today, but I did get pole, so fair play to him. King Mick in fourth, Alex in fifth, a good result for Alex, and a good result for Scuba as well, who did join late. So this sixth place will definitely help him with staying in F2. Wesker in seventh, a good result for him, and AMD as well in eighth place, and Merc being the only retirement, which is a shame. And AMD 13 seconds of penalties. I think one of them was a stop go, which was unserved, or a disqualified. Right, okay. So Scuba has just said that the game told him to pit once he'd be disqualified, even though he went super soft and then soft or soft and super soft. So just a game being terrible cost Scuba a very, very good result, but nonetheless he only missed out on one place, so could have been a lot worse. But yeah, it's been a good race. I know only 9 people raced, and I hope everyone watching it did enjoy it. I know at times it was quite boring, but we got through it, and hopefully everyone watching it back does enjoy the race. My god, good race that. As I'm going to end the stream here. So my name's been Cliffy, this has been PSGL from Japan. I don't actually know the next track, so don't know, but yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for everyone that did turn up to race and watch the stream. I do appreciate everyone that does watch and like the stream, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next week. Thank you and goodbye.